Hi, I just wanted to give you an update on what's going on with me and my life and my music. I know it's been a while since I posted to this channel, and I have been doing life, and things have been very interesting and difficult and fun and exciting all at the same time. So I wanted to just give you an update on that. I'm really hoping to get back into a routine of posting content and doing music, and moving forward in my music goals, um, forward going. But just, life happens, and it's been about a year, maybe 2 years since I've been full force on music. I've had to take a break and take a step back. So it's a lot of things that I want to say, want to talk about. I might not get to it all in this video, but I am hoping that moving forward I can start posting more consistently to YouTube, and then do more songs and do bring my scripture and song back. I really enjoyed doing that series, so I'm hoping to step it up and to provide more content and just more dialogue for us to hang out and chat and do life together going forward. So we moved out of Houston and we moved to Eureka Springs, Arkansas. It's in northwest Arkansas in the Ozark Mountains. And it's such a beautiful place, very scenic and quiet. And it's just a kind of a slow down from the big city, which is something that I love. I love Eureka Springs because it's a beautiful, eclectic town hidden in the mountains. It's the Ozarks' biggest secret. So if you haven't visited Northwest Arkansas, please, 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 I encourage you to make that. Put that on your list of places to go, because there are a lot of things to do. A lot of, if you like nature, if you're a person who loves nature, this is definitely a place to come and visit. There are a lot of fun things to do: canoeing, kayaking, zip lining. We have a bunch of caves, and we've got a lot of sightseeing and just a lot of waterfalls and just beautiful, beautiful scenic areas for you to come and visit. So that's one of the things I love about this area. And Eureka Springs itself is a very eclectic town, very artsy, very, very progressive. It's a safe space to raise a family, or to retire, or to visit. So I really love it here. I love the scene. You know, when you go out to do your groceries, every drive is a scene. It's a very scenic route, and it's just something about being in the mountains that slows down time for you. It just really gives you an opportunity to process your thoughts and think through things and be able to navigate situations. When I was living in Houston, Houston is really great. It's a great city. Because it's very densely populated, and that's a lot of our towns are like that here in America. So you end up getting a lot of the thought pollution. A lot of the energies end up being, I hate to get all woo woo on you guys, but you kind of get a lot of those energies that can really weigh you down as a person, as a spiritual being, that can be harmful to your progress and harmful to your healing process and just becoming your highest self. So when you are able to move into a less populated area, especially a place that's mountainous and has a lot of nature, like a nature atmosphere, it can really help you to heal those areas that need healing. And that's what's been going on with me. We moved to Eureka Springs. We had Harley, our daughter. She's 18 months now, and she is definitely a handful. just a very joyful child, very energetic, rambunctious. Guys, she is an extrovert, okay? She will walk up to anybody and say hello, do the whole wave thing, and try to get them to hold her. And I'm like, Harley, you got to give people their space. Yeah, and it's just, for me, being an introvert, that's just, she's definitely pulling me outside of my comfort zone and teaching me a lot of things about that. And she's so rambunctious. She's a climber. She climbs up walls. I'm gonna show some. I hope I can show some pictures and things here in this video with her. She's a joy to have. It's also a struggle. It's also been a struggle. I'm a first time mom, and I have been dealing with postpartum depression and anxiety. And you would think that after a year, after 18 months, that it would go away, but it hasn't. I mean, it definitely was a lot more intense at the beginning, so it has kind of mellowed out. But I could definitely tell a difference now, who I am now, than before I had her. And being a mother has really brought up a lot of experiences that I've had as a child. I find a lot of things very triggering, and I'm having to kind of relive through those and reparent myself and visit little Anitra in those places to try to do some healing work there. And it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. And there have been a lot of changes for me emotionally, a lot of changes even physically that have really set me back. So I'm having a hard time making sure I don't lose myself. I'm having a hard time finding a balance between being a mother, being a wife, being a professional, being a musician, and being myself. And so that's been a struggle for me. I do have support. I am grateful for the support that I have and the support that I have in place. And it's been really neat to see how having support, having Rob here, has helped to help to carry me through. My relationship with God has been really helpful in that as well. It's just, I've gotten a lot closer to the Most High, to be honest, because life is difficult. Life has been difficult, and learning how to continue experiencing the joy of the Lord, and continue experiencing His presence in your life, while also having that thorn in your side. Like Paul says, he had the thorn in my side. I've been asking and asking, he won't remove it. But it just feels like that, like we have these struggles. And, in the scripture it says, the flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing. And so we have these struggles. We have these physical struggles, emotional struggles, but the Most High is still sovereign and holy. And he gives you what you need right when you need it. And you think about the manna from heaven. It comes every morning and every afternoon. I forget exactly when it came, but it came right when they needed it. Okay, and then if you were to keep hold of it, it would mold or go bad if you were to try to stack it up. God gives you what you need right when you need it, and he sustains you through. And what Paul said, God told him, my grace is sufficient. And so that's been kind of manifesting for me. My grace, God's grace is sufficient for me, gives me what I need when I need it. And so that's been a really neat learning experience for me to see that manifest in my life. I did not mean to talk about all this right here and now. Just trying to give you an update on what's been going on with me. That's why you haven't seen me posting as much or doing as many shows, because life has been hard. Life has been hard. It's been hard. Hard. So but I'm getting through it. I'm getting through it, and I am starting to do more shows. We have a show coming up in early October at a brewery here in town, and so we're really excited about that and scared because we haven't been performing in a while. But we are hoping to add on at least one live show every month. We're trying to beef up our live performances, and we also would like to do more more posting to YouTube and to expand our exposure online. So that's been the priority. That's going to be the priority. And also finally finishing my album Work in Progress. And the work in progress aspect has been just, I mean, it's been really difficult to finish because of just these life circumstances. And I just need to commit. I just need to commit and power through it, and that's what I'm planning on doing for the rest of this year, is committing to finishing that project and powering through. And I really think that it's going to be healing for not just myself, but for you too. And I just want to invite you, if you're not a part of the inner circle already, that is my VIP mailing list, and please get on that. I will leave a link to my inner circle down below in the description box for you to join my mailing list. And I am going to do a deep dive on the particular stories that are the backdrop for the songs on the album. I'm going to be doing a deep dive for that and explaining my experience and the thought process and things like that as we move through healing and coming out of trials and tribulations triumphantly. And my hope is that you will encounter and experience healing as well. So if if you're looking for motivation and inspiration, and you want to join just a movement that will help to inspire your goals for living out your purpose, being your higher self, overcoming personal triumphs and trials and tribulations, get on the list. Get on the list. We're going to be talking. We're going to be doing a deep dive in that, and I'm going to be taking you into the backstage area, as you would say, taking you deep into that and working through areas of healing, things like dysfunctional relationships, things like going through going through trials and tribulations in life, learning from mistakes, things like stopping something, quitting something, and what that feels like. Shifting your paradigm from feeling like you're a failure, feeling like you've been defeated, shifting your paradigm to, I'm moving on to another level of life. I'm moving on to a new chapter, and some things have to go in order for me to do that. So we'll be talking about things like that, and that is the backdrop of my upcoming album, Work in Progress. So as I finish that album and work through all of the logistics of that, I'll also be working through the emotionals and the feelings behind it and the thought process of that. So if you want to get involved in that and be a part of that whole thing, come on down to join the inner circle. I'll leave a link down below in the description box. I think that's all I have to say right now. Please subscribe to the channel, and I will be posting more content as we move along. Thank you guys for being a part of the movement here, and I thank you for being a supporter, and thank you for listening and watching. And wherever you are, be encouraged, be uplifted, and be your best, highest self.